Okay, I start to record it. Okay, guys, hello. It's like this is for YouTube, right? So my name is Igor Chernov. I'm a Russian citizen, right? So any one of you who just watch all these Tucker Carlson videos, I suppose, right, or listen to Trump or whatever, I suppose, right? Listen to the people like Orban or Fico from Slovakia, or I don't give a just like flying anything actually, like what you just learn, right? But for people who care about me, I suppose, right, on my YouTube channel, right, I upload this video, right? And to the people who actually, just like maybe want to know the truth actually, right, about Russia-Ukraine war, because I mean, how does it feel actually to be sentenced for anti-government protester like this guy on the photo, right? Because like I said before, only Nazi Germany, right, being that evil as my country today, sadly, right? So yeah, it's like I totally feel myself like this guy. And I mean, you can ask like what was supposed to be like a lot of you can start a riot, but no. You see, he's the one. The one. There is no one else. Like from the population of, like, if you just just take it like 100% of your population, population, right? This guy is the one. So from 10,000 people, you are the one, right? You are 1% of all people. You're not a cannibal. You're not a man eater. You just not even supposed to just do anything bad actually toward ours, right? I never just has been like a so-called Russian citizen, I suppose, right? Who for 33 years live in this country, never was terrified it's like about I'm living here actually, right? But I mean, when I see all these just paid videos like Tucker Carlson or this paid post by Elon Musk, right, who just been paid by China, by Russia, and who know just, I don't know, just who pay him actually to just redesign the Twitter, redo the Twitter, whatever, I suppose. You can say what it's a propaganda, it's anti-MAGA, you're woke or something like this, but I was never woke actually, right? But I mean, if you watch these interviews, this guy like Tucker, he been paid for 250 millions actually for that interview with Putin, right? And when Trump say like what you're not supposed to demonize the Putin, the Russia is the war machine, I as a Russian citizen who just actually remember the history, right, about Rasputin, about Dostoevsky sentence, right, or anything else, I suppose, you totally understand what the whole history, it's a curse, right? This entire state is being cursed because you always killing, well, they always killing the best people and leave the garbage in it, like in USSR. For what reason? It's a riddle by Jacques Fresco. I myself now a terrorist. Yeah, I am like Osama bin Laden now. You know why? Because you just said in Russian in comments, we need to hang Putin. That's why. The guy on the photo, right? I mean, how many people actually tried to kill Hitler, right? Back in the days. There is a lot. And all of them failed, actually, right? And right now, it's the same, right? And I have zero understanding why people still can see it, actually, right? Or can't hear it or whatever, I suppose, right? But if you really want to know the truth, right? Like you foreigners, I suppose, for some reason, just will find this video. But I mean, that's how it feels, right? That's how it feels. It's to say it's terrifying actually is to say nothing, right? They just give you like 7 years of Russian jail just like this. And the most funny thing with people who actually sentence you to just to this jail, right? And just because I got a lot of people like me actually, right? And I'm being in the line, and that's why I'm sitting here actually and can just spread the truth actually, right? And if you ever will watch this on YouTube actually, right? You if you really want to just capture it, you need to capture it, right? Because they can access to just to have access to my account and delete this video, right? But I mean that's the whole truth. I'm a Russian citizen. I'm a 33 years old. I don't want to kill Ukrainians. I never want to. I don't want to invade other countries. I'm not a fucking man-eater. I'm just a guy. Yeah, I'm just a creep, I suppose, and all that. All these people can say what Elon Musk is rich, Tucker is rich, they got all these socials and all that. You need to shut up. We are respecting their opinion and not respecting yours. But I mean, that's just how it is, you see. I'm a Russian. I live in this country all my fucking life, and I've been sentenced for 7 years of a Russian jail to say what this guy, which is just killed 1.5 million people, both Ukrainians and Russians, need to be hanged. And they say I'm a terrorist, so they're blocking your fucking bank accounts. They're taking everything, including your PC and the phones, right? And telling you what it is you who is. It's like you need to blame. Like we all need to blame you because it's your fault. But why it's mine? In 2001, right? I was just a Russian musician, I suppose, right? I was just a metalhead, right? And just something just broke in me actually after 2022, right? And yeah, I start to just type in these messages, and maybe I'm not supposed to be pleasant, but I mean, you now just say what I am a terrorist. These people actually who just inviting Hamas and Taliban, they are not terrorists, right? The people who just throw rocks at women actually in Afghanistan, they're not terrorists. People from this so-called Gaza or Palestine, they kidnap it's just people from Israel, right? And they're supposed to be like Russians, Ukrainians, just the tourists, I suppose, who go to Tel Aviv, I suppose, today. They're not a terrorist, right? In their opinion. And they always just said, we want to just be like the opposite of America, I suppose, right? We need to just attack America for some reason and just send the nuclear just bomb to the Washington. But I mean, I don't want to do this, right? Like any one of you, like Europeans, Americans, Australians, doesn't matter from which point of this world, or from location of this world, I suppose, right? I don't want to do this. But I mean, I destined to rot in jail, the guy like me, right? From my early child, and I mean, I never was rich, if anything, right? I was born when USSR collapsed, actually. I know what is poetry are supposed to be. I know what is real fear and hunger feels, actually, right? Because people just, especially like from successful countries play games like Fear and Hunger, and they think like, haha, it's just a game. You feel it in your guts from your own childhood, right? But I'm not an animal. And I don't want to just see the world as my enemy, actually. But I'm only one. There are also supposed to be people like me in this country, right? But we are so fucking alone. And I mean, look at the Russian opposition and all these politicians, I suppose, right, all around the world. We don't understand it, right? We continue to just buy oil and gas, and we are suffering here, actually, right? We are just dying here every fucking day, like these Iranian girls in Iran, right? And they continue to sponsor these pieces of shit, right? Do you think what sanctions actually affect Putin in some way? No. Because the only thing what will affect them, it's direct hit in their fucking face. That what will affect them. You see, that's what will affect them like 100%. And I mean, it's like I just at the start, I'm for the 5 years stream on Twitch. I right now just not supposed to have a lot of followers via Twitch, I suppose, right? Because I just use this follower remover tool actually, and just just sadly disable like and non-active and active followers, right? It's my mistake, but that's how it is, I suppose. But it's not about the followers, right? But I mean, if you want to know the truth about this country, don't go there ever, especially Americans, right? If you don't want to be kidnapped, right? and be, just like represented as a spy, because we are supposed to be people who just been like, we're supposed to be a woman who's been like a basketball player, and they just fabricate the case what she just transport marijuana. And I mean, if I was a president, marijuana, so like you got a marijuana, and so it's not supposed to be heavy drug even, right? Marijuana. Regular cigarettes are supposed to be much more, like just it's supposed to damage your body actually, just like heavily actually, right? Compared to marijuana, if anything, right? But it will be my last politic video actually, right? And for the people, like, if you ever just watch this like 10 minutes video, I suppose, and you ever interested actually from, it's like, just like you want to know the truth in future maybe, right? From just a regular guy, not a Mr. Tucker Carlson who just been paid, I suppose, for this shit what he's spreading, I suppose, right? Even to you, I suppose, right? The people who just vote for Trump and say MAGA, right? And all that. I'm not supposed to be a woke person. I also just been a straight guy. For me, it's totally just okay if you just got like only two genders, I suppose, man and woman, right? I also just not supposed to be against gay people as well, actually, right? But I realized that all this LGBT stuff is not supposed to represent the gay just anyhow, actually, right? Like even Gashi represent gay people actually much more better actually than like anyone else. But I don't want to kill anybody. From a perspective of just a Russian citizen actually, right? Who just being like just a, and you must understand like my life was super bitter actually, right? I'm being beaten like 10,000 times in my childhood just because, I suppose, right? I just fighting on the streets like no big deal actually, right? I just been like, I was just hit it really hard. I just start to smoke at my 11, I suppose, right? Even just, just like have a sex actually just before I just reach 18 actually, right? So yeah, it's like, and I mean, my life was kind of, just like kind of rough actually, if anything, right? Because I just been just raised in just a little Siberian town actually, if anything, right? And right now, my destiny is to just go to a jail for the, just like for the crimes that I not commit, right? For what reason? Nobody knows. But all these people like Tucker, Trump, they continuously say, let's not demonize the rulers. He's not a ruler. The ruler of this country, right? The first so-called president, I suppose. He was just an alcoholic, actually, right? Just a drunk man, right? Which is Yeltsin. And then he just give the power to random guy from KGB, I suppose, which is Putin right now. And when you just give the large amount of power, like a superpower, to the shitty guy, that's what happens. That's what happens. And I hope all of you people in Canada, I suppose, you will choose Polivier, actually, right? Instead of someone else, because this guy got balls, actually, right? People like Meloni, right? Like from Italy, right? Have my eternal respect, right? People of Israel, people from Baltic countries, New Zealand, I suppose, Australia, and I don't know, just like any other, I suppose, country. If you guys got a strong leader, you totally deserve it, actually, right? Because that's just how it is, right? We can't be out of politics, right? Because that's what will happen to this world if you give the power to people like Putin or Xi Jinping, right? And we all know who created Corona. It was China. It was kind of obvious, right? And kind of obvious for everybody. And I'm not supposed to agitate you to just kill anybody, to do anything, right? But if you want to just know the truth, right? Like, from a perspective of just a Russian citizen who being like a human being among the monsters, actually, right? That's your truth, right? The people like Putin is the evil incarnate. He's a fiend, an absolute fucking, I don't know, they're supposed to be like a fairy tale in Russian, just like stories, I suppose, right? And like, they're supposed to be like an evil thing actually called Kashey the Immortal, I suppose, right? And he usually been beaten by a guy like Ivan the Fool, right? And I'm the fool, actually, right? I'm Ivan the Fool, I suppose, because when the people actually arrest me, they say you are a fool. You know, you are a fool. You just need to just sit down and just silent, and you just need to just shut your mouth, I suppose, or something like this. When people like Tucker, they tell you this, right? Because the true ruler need to kill somebody. The true ruler not supposed to kill anybody. You know, you're not supposed to start a war. That's the true ruler. That's what true ruler just is actually. That's just how it's supposed to be, right? And I got a lot of Ukrainian friends, I suppose. I met them in these 2 years, I suppose, right? I really want to call them friends. One of my favorite game developers, which is people who develop Stalker, just GSK, Game World, actually, right? And every time when I read all these sentences, like, letters, like, why supposed to do better? How you supposed to do to be better? The ballistic rockets every day bomb you, bomb you every fucking day of your life. How you supposed to develop a game in these circumstances? It's a riddle by Jacques Fresco, right? So, I mean, previously I was super emotional, and right now I also just been super emotional. But again, for the future people who really just want to know the truth about like the Russian citizens, I suppose, most of them are being like this, and one of them are being like this guy, right? Like me. It's terrifying. It's like saying nothing actually, right? What you just being terrified by it, right? So, I mean, if you just been like a MAGA pro-Trump guy, I suppose, right? And you really just, at least as an alternative, will just have my opinion, I salute you, I suppose, right? Because that's the whole fucking truth. These people are evil. You don't need to just like sign with them, or just say like what the rulers can kill. You just need to go to jail, I suppose, right, and all that. But I mean, it's like, you have no idea how many people end up like Navalny, I suppose, and many else are rot in jail, while the Russian so-called opposition, they basically eat cakes and just sit and doing absolutely nothing. And I mean, just you've been surrounded by fools actually, who like Elon Musk today do this jest, I'm actually just done with like Egyptian, right? But that's how it is, right? I don't want to kill anybody again, right? I don't want to just invade anybody. From the perspective of just a Russian citizen I got nothing to lose, right? I will die tomorrow, or maybe after a week, I suppose, because they will send me in jail 100%. They will take everything from me, right? And I just take a huge fucking loan, right? To just buy myself a new PC and record this video for you, right? And if you want to know the truth, you have zero understanding how it's terrifying actually to live in this place, surrounded by these fucking people who can't even just clear the shit after the dogs, because, just like the so-called patriot actually in my country doing this when he just walk on the street. And you think what, just episodes from Family Guy, like about Chelyabinsk is supposed to be caricature. No, it's actually Russian life, if anything, right? You can go to Moscow, you can watch the video like from Tucker Carlson when he show how Moscow is supposed to be beautiful. Well, guess what? All the money go to Moscow. We don't have cities like Los Angeles, right? Or Washington, D.C., I suppose, right? No, we don't have Manchester, I suppose, right? Or something like this, right? Like you don't even have like other just cities. Even St. Petersburg is not supposed to be like, is not supposed to be that fancy, right? Who been there totally know, right? But I mean, it's like, it's kind of funny to just watch all these videos and hear the Trump who say like what, you're not supposed to demonize Putin, right? The guy is a fucking devil incarnate, right? So now you know, right? And I mean, it's like, like I said before, actually, it's like, I will just never just talk about politics again, I suppose, right? But since I anyway just sentenced to the 7 fucking years of jail, right? Of Russian fucking jail for few comments on Telegram about how Putin need to be hanged, I got nothing to lose, right? I hope it's like it will reach anybody, right? Who just will feel, just have at least, I don't know, just like some sort of confusion, I suppose, or question in his head, actually, or her head, doesn't matter, actually, right? It's like, obviously maybe nobody cares, I suppose, right? But I mean, if that's just how it is, right? To say is just to just live in this fucking world, right? And when you're just surrounded by monsters, it's beyond terrifying, actually, right? You just have no idea actually what to do, right? And when you see all this filth, actually, what these people are spreading, actually, like what, well, they got nukes, they can do whatever you want. Well, guess what, right? Right now, Trump, for example, want to invade Greenland or Canada. Do you like that, guys? Do you like that? I don't think so, right? I mean, I totally understand what was supposed to be a relationship between Americans and Canadians, right? I mean, imagine like tomorrow you will start to bomb your own neighbors, actually, like they bomb Ukraine. And your neighbor, your friend, maybe your brother or father or whatever, I suppose, right? Like your relative, right, from Canada will be killed. How will you feel?